Good morning. It's Saturday, April 4th, and I am home alone this weekend. Both my roommates have gone home for Easter, so I'm gonna be alone for the next 2 days. I hate even the concept of living alone, so I actually hate when I'm the only one in the apartment. But I figured it would be good for me to get some stuff done. I have a lot of journaling and reading that I want to catch up on. Like, March was so crazy busy for me that my March journal, it's so bad. And especially now that we're in April, like, I can't have this month start off bad too. I need to get on it. And have some reading mixed in there too, because I'm in the middle of my Throne of Glass tangent read, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna make some coffee and then I'm gonna get my day started. I also have to do some editing for a project that I'm working on. It's due tomorrow night. Like, we have an edit meeting tomorrow night, so I really need to get on that. So that is also on the docket for today. But yeah, let's make some coffee. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to be making a whole, like, Throne of Glass reading vlog, hopefully, but what's going on between Elite and Lorcan? Should I be taking notes on this? Like, what's going on here? I'm in chapter 19 of Empire Storms. What's going on? I'm a little suspicious. Okay, here's the current state of affairs in my hobonichi. It's bad. It's really bad. I can't even explain, like, what has been happening the last 2 months. There has just been so much going down in my day-to-day life, aside from the fact that, and can I just say, when I'm sitting here by myself and a siren starts, it's never as loud as the way that it seems to start right next to my window when I'm filming. Anyway, everything that has been going on with me lately, like, aside from the fact that I have a really limited amount of time to find my next job, and I've been, like, focusing 150% of my effort onto that every day. I also have 2 weddings that I'm in coming up. I have a wedding in May in Portland and a wedding in August in France. And getting everything together that I need for that, the multiple bridesmaids outfits, the bachelorette, everything has just been really crazy. But actually the first thing that I want to tackle to journal about is the bachelorette that I was just on, which is for my friend who's getting married in August. We went to New Orleans, kind of tied in with the France wedding, and it was a really fun weekend, so I want to do that first. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all of, like, the pictures that I want to put in for the bachelorette, but then also I think for other days. But yeah, so let's just get into it. Okay, these look pretty good. Every time I print, I crank up the exposure and the saturation really high because the printer tends to kill it and make everything super dark. So when I'm looking at them on the laptop, they look like so extremely overexposed and bright, but then they print out basically normal. So now I can drop these in. I don't know why I was so excited to say that.
My handwriting is so bad in all of these pages that I just did. Don't know why. It really just depends on the day. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. And today, don't have it. Just don't have it. I've done a few pages in my journal and now I'm going to take myself out for a walk like a dog. I was just realizing that like my handwriting is really bad today. So I'm giving myself a few minutes outside to decompress, figure out whatever's going on with that. I'm clearly holding some kind of anxiety in me. No idea what that could be. And it's really nice outside and apparently the cherry blossoms are in bloom right now. So I want to go see those. So I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. I'm currently listening to His and Hers. I was listening to it on Spotify and I ran out of hours and my hold just came in from Libby, so I'm gonna listen to that. I don't know like if I will be super surprised by the murderer reveal. Obviously it's about a murder. I don't know if I'm gonna be super surprised by it, but I'm intrigued to see what happens. So I'm gonna listen to that. And then when I get back, I'm gonna do a bit more journaling and a bit more reading. And then I really need to start editing. But I don't want to. But I'm gonna do it. So that is my current plan. Okay, so I have my last page done for now. I have a blank square because I realized that I took a picture of the charcuterie board that we made and I want to put that in. So I left a little square. And now with that taken care of at the moment, I need to start editing. If you haven't noticed, it's later in the day. My makeup has kind of come off my face. It's a bit darker outside, even though it always looks blown out there, but you can tell that the light is down a little bit. And I haven't done any editing. So I'm gonna start editing. I really don't want to, but I have to. It's just that, like, at this point, like, I thought we were at picture lock for this short film that I'm editing, and it turns out we're not. So I have to, like, get back into the project file and, like, move stuff around. And if I had known that we weren't at picture lock, I wouldn't have, like, put it all on one timeline. And, like, I still have my original sequences, but now, like, my original scene sequences are kind of out of date because, like, me and the director made, like, small tweaks to the full timeline last week, like, very minuscule tweaks. And it was like, well, we can make it on the main timeline because we're not doing these big bulk edits anymore. And then I got, like, 3 pages of notes the other day that were like, okay, apply these. I'm like, well, now I have to edit it in the main timeline. Like, it's just, like, really tedious, and there's so many video and audio layers at this point, but I have to do it because I have the edit meeting tomorrow, so there's no way around it. So yeah, also that moved up. That was supposed to be Monday and it moved it up to tomorrow night. So that's what I need to do. But that's why I've been procrastinating on it, because I'm just like, I hate moving around like a composed timeline. Like, I really don't want to do it. Anyway, that's all good. Tomorrow I'm going to do some more journal pages, and so I'll do another batch of like pictures to print probably, and then I'll have that one printed out. But yeah. Look at the amount of ads in Jurassic World, a movie that came out in what? 2015? 2016? Just had one play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ads! We're getting robbed here, people. We are getting robbed. All my Jurassic Park fans out there, how do we feel about the first Jurassic World movie? When it came out, I don't know how old I was. I was younger, obviously. But I was like, I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, and I was like, I feel like this is the first one to really capture the vibe of the original. But now watching it as an adult, I'm like, it's not that good. It just wasn't obscenely bad, but I think it's tolerable. But I don't think it's like as good as the original. I don't know if it recaptures the vibe of the original. And the sequels, oh my god. What I will say is interesting about Jurassic World is that we get kind of like a look into what it would have been like if the park had succeeded, right? Even though it succeeds for like 18 minutes. But it's kind of interesting. I would go. Honestly, I would go to the park. I wouldn't learn my lesson from the movies. And I've read the book. When I talk about Jurassic Park media, I read the book. You gotta read the book. But I would go. I would still go. I don't know. I want to see a dinosaur, of course. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, so it's officially Easter. I got some editing done last night, like a pretty good chunk. I had 3 people give notes on the edit, and I went through one whole person's notes, and the third girl, I got like halfway through her notes. So I just have the second half of the notes to do this morning, and then I have a edit watch down at 6 p.m. So I think it'll be easy to get all that done before then. I do want to do some more journaling pages, but yeah, hopefully I can stir up something. I just, for some reason, I didn't take like any pictures of anything in March except for the bachelorette trip. So I don't know, but yeah. Hello, welcome back to my desk, but from a pretty new angle. I did do that time lapse yesterday, but still. Here is the Artemis 2 live stream that I'm watching, keeping on in the background. The volume's really low. So I have to have it like really turned up to hear if someone talks, and then it's like
here is the project that I'm working on, and then here is the notes that I'm getting to today. Some of the issues that I'm running into are that some of the notes from multiple people are contradicting with each other, and some of them deal with cutting out like pretty big chunks of the film that I don't want to do unless everyone agrees, you know? But this is what I need to do today. My desk essentials, you ask, of why, of course, my water bottle I got for Christmas, dry skin essentials. It's a huge tub of Vaseline and some anti-aging hand cream. My lips are always chapped and my hands are always dry. I think especially because I'm sitting like right next to the window where I have my AC unit installed, so I think I'm getting like all of the cold air from outside constantly, especially today. So I am going to get into the edit because I honestly want to get this wrapped up like well before the deadline. Sorry, my broken pop socket is just sitting on my desk because it broke not 30 seconds ago. I really want to get this done before the edit meeting. Like I want to have a lot of time to not have to worry about it. Oh!
Integrity crew, you are go to shut down.
Hold on, let's see what's going on here. Dunno. Another desk essential, a little tiny USB-A to USB-C converter, because whenever I screen share the current film that I'm editing, I have it on this hard drive right here, but for some reason I cannot screen share from my PC if I'm on like a Zoom meeting. Like it will crash everything for some reason. I've never figured it out. So I have to move it to my laptop and screen share from there. So I keep this guy here so I can move the plug around. But yeah, let's get into some editing.
Okay, I have finished our other picture lock edit. I'm so relieved. I still have the meeting today at 6, so I'm gonna go over, oh my god, my tripod in the background. I'm gonna go over some of the cuts that I didn't make yet with the director just to see what her take is on them, because some people gave me notes where they wanted like really big chunks of the film cut out, and I'm like, I can't do that unless the director wants to do that. So I didn't implement every note, but I do think that it's really getting there. Like, it's so interesting how much changes just from like one cut to another. Like it really can feel like a whole different movie. I took some notes that I want to go over with her just in the meeting, because there were also some notes that like directly contradicted notes she gave me, and so I didn't want to implement them and have her be like, what the hell? Like, why did you do that? I'm just gonna go over that with her. But for now, I am a free agent until our meeting, so I think I'm finally gonna have breakfast. It is the afternoon, but I knew that if I like sat down and really let myself relax that I would not get this done on time. So that's just like how my brain works a lot of the time.
Hello.
Hello.
For the montage when they're like filming a YouTube video.
There were a lot of questions about the way that we edited Maddie going to the bed. And then even in Connor's notes, he was like, we need to go to the wide. But then the problem with going to the wide now is that we've taken out that big chunk of dialogue.
I think it looks more awkward than staying in close-ups.
You can tell she's been like blocked there.
Yeah.
I remember like my dad, when the last movie came out in 2011, I remember like saying to him, it's so crazy, like this has been going on since I was born. Like it's so crazy, I think we won't get like any more new movies or books. And he was like, well, one day they're gonna remake it. And I was like, what? And he was like, they remake everything, like eventually, you know, maybe in 50 years they'll remake it. And it took 15 years. As I was finishing up my edit, I realized I did not properly sign off at the end of my video, so I wanted to come back in and do that now. This was the last page that I did this weekend. I just wanted to do a quick recap of my thoughts on His and Hers because I finished that soon after. At the end of the book, I really did not like it. I was pretty disappointed. Honestly, you know, it was kind of passable for the first 75% of the book, and then as we were getting closer to the end, I just felt like there was no way that we were coming to a satisfying reveal or resolution. The murder reveal, I feel like, was focused too much on being really shocking and really twisty, but what it actually ended up being was just something that doesn't really make any sense. It's one of those twists where you kind of feel like the author is just trying to do the most shocking thing they can think of, but it's like not satisfying because it's not like there has been a trail of breadcrumbs left throughout the rest of the book that have led us to this conclusion. It just doesn't feel earned at all. Hey, siren again. Every time. Every time. It's been dead silent for the last hour as I've been editing. I think that maybe for the first 25-30% of the book I was kind of hopeful, but you know how sometimes like you can just tell things are off to a rocky start and that they might not get better. That's kind of what I was feeling, and I'm really surprised that this would be popular enough to get adapted for a TV series. They changed the setting. I have only seen the trailer, but it seems like it's set in like the southern part of the US. I don't know why. I don't know why they would change it. I guess because they didn't want to have to cast British actors. I don't know. But yeah, I watched the trailer. I read through an article that went through like the differences between the book and the miniseries. There aren't many. Nothing that like structurally changes the novel. Yeah, it just really wasn't good. I keep saying that, but like, you know, when I read Alice Feeney's book Daisy Darker, I did find like entertainment and a sense of surprise in the twist, and I felt like that was earned. I also read Rock, Paper, Scissors. I read that book I think a year or two ago. Something I noticed was that there were multiple lines in Daisy Darker that were copied word for word from Rock, Paper, Scissors. Like, I'd say the same turn of phrase, the same saying, and I thought that was really weird. I liked My Husband's Wife, but I also felt like that started to drag, and I think she's trying to put too much stock into, like, manufacturing a twist that it just doesn't work every single time, and I think that was really the issue with His and Hers. I don't know. There's also a scene near the end of His and Hers when the younger detective is trying to accuse one of the main characters of being the killer, basically. And, you know, it's like, it's a scene that's meant to frustrate you as a reader because you know that he's innocent. But basically, people keep dying that are, you know, connected to him in some way. But also, the murder is taking place in his hometown, which is a very small town, we're told repeatedly. But basically, this younger detective grows really suspicious of him, and then there's one final murder that kind of puts her over the edge. It's a murder that took place while they were together. Like, they've been together all night. Like, it's a random person. It's kind of a secondary character who gets killed off. Find him in this house, and the older detective, Jack, goes upstairs, and then he stumbles upon a body, and he kind of, like, freaks out. The younger detective, Priya, comes running up the stairs, and then she sees the dead body and then immediately tries to place Jack under arrest, as if he has killed this character in like the 30 seconds that they've been separated. But like, he's obviously been dead for a while because like there's blood pooled around him. Like You know what I mean? Like, he's been sitting there for a while. And then Priya's like, well, maybe you did it earlier in the night, but like they've been together all night. So it just makes you so frustrated. And it's not even like a way where you can kind of see her side. You're just like, dude, come on, man. Like, you know it wasn't him. So there were just a lot of moments that were like that. That's just like the one example that I wrote down that really bothered me. Also, the thing that sets all of the murders into motion is a note. Someone in the book writes a note confessing to like everything that's happened, and then they try to burn it, and it gets like sucked up into a chimney flue because they're burning it in their bedroom that has like a fireplace in it because it's this old house. And another character finds the note 20 years later, somehow intact, not burned at all, so that they can reconstruct it and read this whole sequence of events that this other character wrote out 2 decades earlier. Oh, it was stuck in the chimney flue. No, it's not. No, that didn't happen. So it wasn't just like those things, but it was overall, I was really disappointed. But hey, I didn't use my Spotify audiobook hours for it. I finished it up on Libby, so at least it wasn't like a total waste of my hours. I listened to something recently fully on Spotify, and it was like one of the worst books I've ever listened to, and I was so mad because it completely used up my Spotify hours. So at least it wasn't that. Anyway, that is enough of me complaining about this book. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!